I don't even know what to say, guys. Honestly, I'm just. It's quite a heavy disappointment of what we're going through as a team. The ups and downs. We've almost become like Arsenal now. Because we thought things were going to change for the better. We've changed a new coach. First few games look promising. But right now it looks like as if we've got back to default settings. I mean, what is currently going on? These last few games have just been utter disappointments, and there is no sign that things are getting better. Honestly, it's quite embarrassing at this point being a Manchester United fan. It's just quite disappointing. There is no hope to look forward to. I mean, we were all excited about Ragnick, the father of Tuchel and Klopp, yeah? But there seems to be no signs of an improved kind of football play. It's just the same mold. The coach came in, we had some great performances, I could see the energy, but as of right now, it's like we've gone back to factory settings. It's quite unbelievable, actually. It's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards. And playing Aston Villa on Monday for the FA Cup, I don't think things look quite well for us, considering that Coutinho is signing a loan to go play for Aston Villa. I think it's just going to be a disaster. I've said it time and time again. Regardless of the formation Ragnick is playing as 4-2-2-2, yeah? Actually don't mind having 2 strikers at the front, yeah, Cavani and Ronaldo, but if you're going to put 2 strikers with no supply, then what's the use of it? Basically, what's the use of having 2 strikers if you're not going to feed them? It doesn't make any sense at all. What's the use? I mean, you could actually see when Bruno came in, there's actually a chance for us to score a goal, maybe probably win the game, but how could he get that wrong? Just from the first few minutes in the first half, you could tell that we are losing the midfield battle. Take out Matic now, he's too slow. I know people are usually complaining about Fred, but I think on that game we saw the importance of Fred here. He's a disruptor. He runs around, he's got that aggressiveness, and he's really everywhere, like running up and down, just trying to cause a disruption for the opposing team. And we needed that. In the first half, he should have taken out Matic. You see, that's why I used to love Mourinho a lot. He could take people out in the first few minutes of the first half, you know. He could see that the formation is not working and he could change things immediately. But right now, what is actually happening is Ragnick just sat back. You see, that's why he got the boost that he got when he substituted Greenwood, yeah? Because Greenwood was actually playing really well. Like, what kind of game was this man watching? It didn't really make any kind of sense, yeah? Why would you take out Greenwood? Should have at least taken out Cavani because he's nowhere to be seen throughout that game. And you can't blame Cavani because he wasn't getting any supply. So I don't think the problem is with the formation. I think the problem is with the players. The goal that came in from Moutinho, I wouldn't blame Jones because he was actually one of our best players on that game. He actually defended quite pretty well, yeah. It's just that the header actually accidentally landed on Moutinho and he had all that free space. Where was Matic? Where was McTominay? You know, just after McTominay displaying a very great game against Burnley, and then what happens next? It's actually unbelievable. So, the problem is not really the formation. Luke Shaw should have not given Traore that space to give that cross, yeah? Luke Shaw has been quite disappointing for me personally because he's really downgraded when it comes to defense. He has some good crosses when it comes to attack, but in defense, he gave Traore too much space to get the cross in. And on the other hand, Matic is just too slow, man. Matic should only be playing like the last 10 to 5 minutes of every game. There's no way Matic should be playing 90 minutes on that pitch. Exactly. Any person with any common sense could have seen that we needed to make some rectification of that midfield. We were losing that midfield battle. We've got Sancho and Greenwood playing. Who's going to be supplying the balls? Because they both play like wingers and there's no feeding towards Ronaldo or Cavani. I mean, it was just a disaster. There was lack of energy, man. Wolves was just pressing us. And it was like as if we were not playing at Old Trafford. Like, seriously, I've never been quite disappointed by that game because really had high expectations for our team, yeah? Going into the new year with a few games in hand and hopefully we could catch up and make it for top 4. But at this point, I'm actually quite worried. I'm not sure if we're going to make top 4. Great defense by Phil Jones and Varane, superb play. Wan-Bissaka was not trouble this time, but I mean, when it comes to the player ratings, yeah, I'd give De Gea a 7. He made some incredible saves. He's always superb as usual. Varane and Phil Jones, great game. They tried their best. I give them a 6 each. Wan-Bissaka, I give him a 6 as well. Doesn't even put in much crosses or accurate passes. It's just Wan-Bissaka should not be playing on that pitch. That is actually my preferred opinion, but I don't know what people see in Wan-Bissaka. He's got some good sliding tackles and that's it. And an error of that sliding tackle in the box could lead to a penalty. So I think he's easily rattled. He's not composed. So I don't like Wan-Bissaka in that position at all. Luke Shaw, I give him a 3 just because he let Traore get in the crossing. Matic and McTominay, I give them a 2 each because they were just awful and disastrous in the midfield. It was quite embarrassing. Sancho, I give him a 6. Greenwood, I give him a 7 at least. He was actually trying. Cavani, I give him a 4. He was nowhere to be seen and I don't blame him at all. Ronaldo, I give him a 6 as well. He tried. I could see him pressing a bit. And when it comes to Bruno brought life to that game. I give him a 6 because he didn't really play the whole 90 minutes. So that's just about it. I mean, we needed Fred in that game, or Van der Beek at least. I mean, what kind of coach just lets Matic play for the whole 90 minutes and we are being run over in the midfield? I mean, I'm worried now. Is this old man has he lost his sense of football? Because what we were promised is some gegenpressing and I'm not sure what we're watching right now. Game against Aston Villa, I'm not really hopeful if this is the way we're going to be playing. With no creativity in the midfield, man, someone just give Van der Beek a chance? After Ole went out, we thought that things might get better, but he's not even getting a chance to play. So I just hope somebody gives Van der Beek a chance to play. Man, Fred really needs to play, and Matic can come in the last 10 minutes of the game because Fred gets awfully tired as the game progresses on because he's always running around, yeah? So, man, quite disappointing, atrocious, bad taste in my mouth. Ragnick, I'm quite disappointed. I hope you make some changes and learn to make some changes even in the first half, You don't have to be too nice to anyone. Yeah, so you guys tell me what you think about the game and how it's going to go for the FA Cup in Aston Villa in the comments below.